What's up, everyone? Welcome to the live stream. I am going to be drinking a box of Raining Cats today. Fat Orange Cat. Squishy Toast. Hey, what's up? Guys, look at that. Everyone's joining now. Look at that. Let's see here. 9 people. What's up, everyone? So I actually went out and bought like a whole case of beer or like 6-pack of like craft beer. And yeah, I'm going to just sit and chat with people today. Let's see here. So, since Squishy Toast was first, I am going to have you become a moderator. And then maybe a few other people here. Let's see here. I'm going to have John Hernandez as one, I think. Let me see. This is hard. Let's see here. So it's not letting me hold down your name anymore or touch your name. This is weird. It's not working anymore. Okay, that's okay. I'll figure this out as we go. Oh, here you go. Add moderator. There you go. We're good. So, how's everyone doing today or tonight or this morning or evening? Right now, I think, I don't remember what time it is. It's Central Standard Time. So, like, I think it's like 9 something, maybe close to 10. I'm not really sure. But let's crack open this beer. Like, so the agenda for this live stream is to kind of just figure out like the landscape view of going live, because I like this a lot more because the chat is on the side here and I can still see myself instead of like vertical the chat takes up the entire screen, and it was really annoying. And this way you can kind of see the whole sort of shed a little bit more. All right. Let's see here. So yeah, the agenda for this live stream is just sitting and chatting. If you have any questions, you're welcome to ask. I'll try to answer them. Otherwise, I'll just be sitting here drinking some beers. This one here is called Box of Raining Cats. If you came from TikTok, you probably already seen it. And like at the bottom here, it says Fat Orange Cat. So let's see here. Brewed and canned by Fat Orange Cat Brewing Company, North Haven, Connecticut. Distributed by 12%. New England style Indian Pale Ale, 7%. Yeah, not bad. Let's give it a try. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. It smells just like tangerines. Oh, I don't have a glass to pour it into. Yeah, I don't have any glasses. Well, cheers. Wow, that is really refreshing. It's nice and crisp. Very nice hints of like orange citrus and stuff, but it has a hoppiness also from like the IPA. Yeah, this is good. This is really good. How did you get into all, let's see here, how did you get into all this survival stuff? That's a good question. So, I've always kind of been really interested in like the outdoors and stuff. But like bushcraft survival was something that I was interested in because of Minecraft, actually. So like Minecraft back in like what 2011 or something like that, maybe earlier. I was interested in the idea of gathering things from scratch and then building and using it to build stuff or make stuff. So like I love the idea of being able to go out into the woods and then find a rock and then turn that rock into like a cutting tool to then like cut some cordage or make like an axe or something like that to cut down wood and then be able to use that wood with the cordage to build a structure or a like shelter or something. Like I really love the idea of being able to build things from scratch. Um, and so from there, from Minecraft, I discovered like Dave Canterbury. Dave Canterbury is like one of my biggest idols. Like I look up to him a lot, and I love his survival mentality. It makes sense. It's very logical, and it's not. Let's see here. What's the word? I don't really know what the word is, but like Dave Canterbury thinks in a way that makes sense, you know? Like a lot of other people think about survival in a primitive setting, which doesn't make any sense to me because we wouldn't typically be in a primitive setting um, with nothing with us. So, like, if you were lost in the woods or something camping, you typically would have some gear with you. You'd have modern tools with you, like a knife, um, a lighter, and stuff like that, you know, and some paracord and a bunch of other stuff. You'll have some modern tools and items with you. And Dave Canterbury teaches how to survive utilizing modern tools and just um, and and it just makes sense, right? Some other people try to teach survival in the sense that you'll do everything caveman style, where you have to do like a bow drill set and everything all from scratch. Like it's good to know that type of stuff, but at the same time, it doesn't make a lot of sense, you know, most of the time. Like it's nice to know and learn, and I love to learn like primitive technology and all of that, but it just sometimes doesn't make sense in the real world. And so from Dave Canterbury, I transitioned over to other YouTubers. And the biggest YouTuber that really influenced me as a content creator, as someone who wanted to start content creation, was Joe Robinette. So Joe Robinette, like his very first video that I watched of his was like camping outdoors in the woods during winter or something, like in a hot tent with his dog. So his dog Scout and him had like a canvas tent that they set up in the winter and had a wood stove and everything. And it was such an incredible experience watching him do all of that. And so after that, like I kind of started watching primitive technology on YouTube. And if you know who John Plant is, who has primitive technology, that channel, he started that entire genre of primitive technology. Like he started that. He's from Australia and he started doing it as a hobby. And then I absolutely love his videos because he does everything from scratch. And I really love that channel, and then I kind of had that idea that I want to do the same thing, and I want to create a YouTube channel. And I saw Dave Canterbury and Joe Robinette make money from creating content, and I wanted to do that. And so that's how I kind of really got into all this bushcraft survival stuff. So that's sort of like the long answer to that question that I get a lot. Let's see here. Do you know how to make your own tools? Good question. So, I've tried to make my own tools. I'm not the best. Um, if you scroll back far enough on my TikTok, you'll see videos of me like picking up rocks and stuff like that, breaking them, and then turning them into like cutting tools and stuff. And then you'll see a video of me finding float copper. So this is a piece of float copper, and it's this is like solid copper, and like the turquoise that you see is oxidation. It's malachite, and like I made a small knife one time on TikTok, and I attached it to like a deer antler or something like that also, and it was really cool. But I've lost it, so you haven't seen that knife anymore because of that. But yeah, I eventually want to take rocks like this, you know, and like break it and flint knap and stuff and turn it into like axe heads and what is it, and arrowheads and stuff like that. I want to do that, but it's not really easy. It's not easy at all. Like, let me see here. Where is my thing? Okay. Oh, here it is. So you see this? This right here is a moose antler. And this moose antler was expensive. I think it was like $25 or something, maybe 15 bucks or something, but it wasn't rounded like this at first. If you saw my TikTok video, I took out the belt sander and I sanded this down so it's round like that. And so it's rounded here also. And there was something else right here that was jetting out also. And so I sanded that down. And so now this right here could be used as a club, you know, but it's mostly used to flint knap. So for example, like this piece right here, this is called Georgetown flint, and it's flint that, or Georgetown chert or something like that. But basically, I can hit it like this and break off flakes, and then these flakes end up being really sharp. This is like a perfect shape for like an axe head. But the problem is I have no experience. I don't have any experience in I don't have experience of turning this into an axe head. I bet you anything I can hand this to Donnie Dust, and he'll be able to turn this into like an axe head or something, or like a spear point or something. But I can't. And what I'm going to do though is I'm going to practice. So I'm going to spend time like breaking it and stuff like that, and turning this into perhaps an axe head or something that's usable. But right now, I don't know. There's so much on my plate that I want to do. And TikTok has just been really frustrating because like every other video that I post gets banned. Like I wouldn't mind it as much if I wasn't banned. Or here, so here's the issue. A video would get taken down by mistake, right? Because of the algorithm. It'd get taken down by mistake, not by people reporting. Like I would upload the video and the video would not even upload yet. It would finish uploading and it'll be in review. And then while in review, it gets taken down because of the algorithm. And then I appeal it. And then after like an hour or two, the appeal will restore the video. So it'll restore the video, and I am still banned for 3 days because it was taken down. But it was a mistake. Even though it was a mistake, TikTok still punishes you, and you're not able to post for 3 days. And so the Nimbus video was taken down for like graphic and violent content or something like that, and I appealed it, and after like an hour it was brought back up and restored, but I was banned from posting. And yeah, it's dumb. And the thing is, I've tried to reach out to TikTok, and I've been incredibly patient and been incredibly like professional about it. But at this point, like I've given up. Like I try to reach out to them, and I get absolutely no response at all. So it's whatever at this point. I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna continue posting, and then I'm gonna try to transition over to YouTube again. So 2021 was all about TikTok. So just posting TikTok, growing my platform on TikTok. That's 2021. 2022 is going to be all about growing my platform on YouTube. And then 2023 is going to be about buying my land and property, and then building from there. That's the goal. So YouTube is going to be my number one priority starting next year, because I'll be quitting my job, and I am going to go full time as a content creator, and YouTube is probably the best platform for that, because TikTok right now isn't. It's been frustrating. Thank you very much, Andrew, and haha, you're mad. And Golden Prep, thank you very much. I'm trying to go through all the chat here. And then the Momo Second from New Zealand, huh? Wow. Okay, there you go. There you go. Twitch live streams? That's a good question. I've thought about Twitch, but I don't know. I don't know if I can really tackle this niche on Twitch. Like I probably could. I can like go camping or something and live stream. This is not bad. I like it. Box of raining cats. Not bad. It's good. So I am going to leave that there. I've got a bunch of other beers too. So like this one here is called S'more Malo Campfire S'mores Lager. That sounds good. Damn, that sounds good. Modest. Oh, cool. All right. So let's check this one. This one here is a bunch of cool stuff on it. This one's called ZFG Zero IBU Pale Ale with Citra, Mosaic, and Matuke or Matuka hops. Let's see here. Andrew Cladis, thank you very much again. Where do you get your craft beers from? I get my craft beers from a grocery store called Hy-Vee. So like Hyvee. It's a local store of mine. I don't know if there's Hy-Vees anywhere else, but they have a liquor store right next door. And their liquor store, they have a beer section with like craft beers and single like beers, and you can build your own sort of like 6-pack. So that's what I did here. So I built my own 6-pack, and yeah, Hy-Vee. So I go to Hy-Vee and I grab all these really cool looking beers, and that's basically where I get my beers. You can probably get it at other liquor stores or online maybe, but this is another one. Look at that. That's really cool. So I buy my beers based off of the artwork. So this one here is called Sweet Baby James. It's a double India Pale Ale with Motueka, Citra, and Mosaic hops also. This one is from Tripping Animals Brewing. This is in Doral, Florida. Let's see here. Let's check this one. This one here has like tornadoes or something on it. Called Apex of the Vortex. Smoothie style sour ale with passion fruit and mango. Oh, interesting. This one Look at that. This one here is a barrel aged Principia, Principia Superstition Meadery. It's a hard cider aged in Lagrimas de Oro barrels for 6 months. Let's see here. There's a few more questions here. Let's eat Nimbus. That really got me. So I haven't eaten Nimbus yet. If you haven't seen my actual YouTube video on that, I haven't eaten Nimbus. Like, that was the black silky that I purchased. But Nimbus is still alive and cooking, like kicking just fine. I'll cook her, I don't know, maybe last, because she needs more time to grow. A camping stream would be cool. Yeah. Let's see here. Albert Flores. Don't forget to come down to Texas. I'll get you a deer and a pig hunt and great Southern craft beer. Thank you very much. That sounds awesome. So I'll screenshot that. So once I quit my job and go full-time, I actually will have the ability to travel. So like I might do like meet and greets and stuff like that. I don't know yet, but I would like to reach out to people who can help me learn stuff, right? So I call myself Clueless Bushcraft for a very clear reason. Like, if you've watched enough of my videos and follow along enough, you'll realize that I really don't know a whole lot. And I'm not trying to pretend that I know anything. Like, I really don't know a lot, and I'm learning. And I make my YouTube videos and my TikTok videos, mostly for myself, to be honest, because I go back and I rewatch my videos all the time, and I'm relearning the things that I've learned, and I'm learning like, or like I remind myself of what I've learned already, throughout the years, and I like sharing my process. So like, for example, like this right here, right? Um, so this power tool, right, with a battery, like this impact driver, I've never had a power tool like this before. Like, I've had drills and stuff before, but I've never had like a battery operated power tool like this, right? And I'm unfamiliar with like with this. And so like this is all new to me, right? This is all new to me, but to other people, this is something that they use on a daily basis, or something that they absolutely understand completely because they've used it for years or something, or all their life, right? To me, this is very new. Like, this is like I'm completely ignorant on what this item really is. Like, I know it's an impact drill, and I hear that there's like a hammering system or something in here that allows like this to be able to really get the screw to go in and stuff like that. But like, I mean, this has changed like the whole process of building stuff for me. Like, it's such a great and functional item, and so like there's more stuff like this to me, right? There's all sorts of stuff that I am completely ignorant on, and like power tools and other items, like even a skill saw, like a skill saw. I want to get one, and I want to learn how to use a skill saw. Like, I've never held one, I've never touched one, but other people, right, are very like familiar with it, and other people are experts at it, and I want to learn. And in order for me to learn, is I want to share this with people. Like, hey, I'm using this, right? I want to tell people that I'm using this, and then I'll get in the comments of people that give me recommendations, give me tips and tell me things that I may have not known, right? So this makes a lot of noise, right? It makes a lot of noise, and when it impacts and stuff, it makes a lot of noise. And so hearing protection is something that I wasn't aware that I should have for something like this, right? But it was recommended in my video in the comments, and then there was other people that recommended different brands and stuff like that too, and other ways of utilizing this more effectively. And so that's what I love about social media and creating content. I have the ability to share like my the things that I do, right? That I'm ignorant about, that I don't know a whole lot about. But there will be people out there that can share more information, that can like help me grow as a person and to help me learn more, right? And that's what I love about all of this. So the chat actually disappears when I'm talking. So like I have to touch it every once in a while for it to show up again. Let's see here. Let's see. Kenyon. Hey dude, I'm drinking craft beers too. Caramel Pinaz from 450 North Brewing. That's awesome. All right, John Hernandez. What's the IBUs and ABVs on them? Oh, that's a good question. So like this one here is the cider. This one is at 6.9%. ABVs, it doesn't say. Oh, ABV is alcohol by, okay. So this one here, Apex of the Vortex, this is 4.5. This one right here, double IPA, this one is 8.5. So 8.5 for this one. The one I had earlier, this one was, let's see, 7%. So the orange one was 7%. And then we got two more. So this one right here, the ZFG, 0 IBU. This one here is, I'm not seeing it. Oh, there you go. It's tiny. It's 5.5%. And then this one here, I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna take this one next. So yeah, the S'more Mallow Campfire S'mores Lager. This one here is 5.2. All right. Love your videos. This is Casey. Let's see here. VCR12. Is it hard to kill animals for food? I've never done it before. That's a great question. So let's crack this beer open first though. So let's see here. Yeah. Very light on the smell. Not a whole lot of smell. Interesting. Yeah. S'more Mallow. Campfire S'mores Lager. It's very light. Okay, let's try it. Ooh. That is really good. It's a lager, so it's like, it's not. So I was thinking that this was more of a stout for some reason, but yeah, it's a lager, so it's lighter. It's like a yellowish light color, almost like Michelob Golden Light, but it's very mellow like mallow, right? So it's really mellow in like the flavor, but it's there. Like you can taste like the marshmallow and s'mores and like the caramel almost. The yeah, and almost like the graham cracker. The exhale is so good. This is good beer. This is very good beer. Holy crap. Yeah, see, it says lager with Pilsner malt, smoked malt, milk sugar, marshmallows, cocoa nibs, graham cracker, and vanilla beans. Wow. Yeah, this is some good beer. This is really good. Yeah. The flavor seems so natural. It doesn't taste artificial or really overpowering at all. That's really good. All right, let's go back to that question. Um, is it hard to kill animals for food? So that that's a very good question because what you see me as right now is completely different from who I was 4 years ago. Like if you go back to like the very first video of me killing a squirrel, um, I was like scared as hell to kill that squirrel. It was such a frightening experience. Um, and it still is. It still is it still is very frightening to kill an animal. Um, and I'm not happy about killing animals ever. Um, and so like uh, but I want to learn. So like there are people who are just natural at it because they've done it a lot over the years and they've gotten more familiar with it. And that's how I have become. So like you've seen me eat um like the duck fetus or duck embryo eggs, right? So like those duck embryos, um and you've seen me make videos on it all the time, right? And so like I've done it several times. I was never able to eat duck embryos growing up. So like I never really started eating them until I was like 20 something. So like my the very first one that I ate, the actual embryo, was when I was 18 when I visited Vietnam. Um, Prior to visiting Vietnam, when I was 18, uh, I still ate them. Excuse me. The beer is coming up. So prior to being prior to 18, what I did was I did still eat the embryo. Well, I still ate the eggs, right? So the duck fetus eggs, but I didn't eat the actual embryo. So my parents will scoop out the bird and they will eat it for me, and then I would eat the egg yolk and the egg white. That's what I would eat as I was growing up. So like when I was 10 till like 18 or something, that's what I ate with my parents. But yeah, once I turned 18 and when I visited Vietnam, I ate that whole embryo with my cousin and it just tasted really good. You know, like there's no off-putting taste. Like I can guarantee you that if you've ever eaten a duck embryo, you'll enjoy it. But you just have to get over that mental fact that you're eating a duck embryo. That's the only thing. Like it doesn't taste bad or anything at all. It tastes really normal. Um, and so like like so back on topic, right? So like killing animals for food, right, is something that is very, very normal in like a homestead or on a farm. You need to kill animals in order to acquire the meat that you want to eat, right? So like like the the beef, the pork, the chicken, and all of that that you buy at the grocery store, it has to be killed. And so like I want to connect with that. I want to connect with the fact that you need to kill an animal to then acquire the meat to eat. And so like I eventually want to raise my own animals for food. And so like um, the squirrel was the first animal that I ever killed. And I decided to do that so that I could learn. And I kept watching videos. I kept watching videos and learned how to do it properly. But like you could only learn so much watching videos. Once you actually go and do the process that you thought you knew in your head because you've read it, you've watched videos on it, everything changes. Like I watched and I studied countless hours on how to gut clean and remove like the hide from a squirrel on YouTube and in books and stuff like that. But when I actually had to go and do the process, it was completely different. It was not the same in the videos, and because I didn't have any experience, and when I killed it was such an awful experience the very first time. Like I felt so like upset and so bad, that I'm killing a living animal. But I respected it by doing my best to learn from that experience, right? Because I eat meat every single day, right? I'm not going to become a vegan or anything like that, and I don't plan on to, and I understand why vegans are vegans. I have no hate against vegans, but like I I appreciate and understand why they are how they are, right? But like for me, what I want to do is I want to go beyond all of that and pretty much learn like the primitive idea of catching and cooking your own food, or raising your own food. And so the squirrel was the first one, the rabbit was the second, and then I did two more squirrels, and then I felt much more comfortable with each process, right? And then when I raised my chicken, I processed the chicken, and the very first time it was frightening. That was last year, and I enjoyed learning the entire process because, like, if you've never butchered and killed a chicken before, you wouldn't really know or understand like the internals of a chicken. Like I didn't know that they had this thing called a crop. It was close to their neck, and they ate food and they kept it there. And then the crop, where the food is, it gets transferred over to a gizzard, which is this muscle that grinds up the food and stuff like that and digests it. And it's really, really fascinating. And you wouldn't really know that unless you really butchered a chicken and cut it open and everything. And so yeah, like I guarantee you that once I actually do like butcher and kill Nimbus and all of my other birds, I'm going to feel awful. Like I feel bad and I'm scared. But I'm doing it to learn. I'm doing it because I know that I'm going to do it again in the future when I raise my own chickens again. Um, and I want to breed them eventually and make it more fully sustainable. Right now, I'm just experimenting and I'm learning. So, yeah, that's a very good question. Okay, Kenyon says, this beer I'm drinking has got pineapple, caramel, vanilla, cream, brown sugar, caramel, pinaze, turpentines. Huh. No. Let's see. And it is amazingly delicious, like smoothie beer. Oh, that's interesting. Absolutely love your genuine personality. Thank you very much, the Momo second. What livestock are you going to raise? So I plan on raising chicken again. I want to raise quail. I want to raise rabbits. Um, I know I'm going to raise a pig, and I'm going to care for it and build a whole like following behind that pig and butcher it, because like I want to have that understanding, you know, of like, hey, this is a living animal that I enjoy eating, but I need to understand like, hey, this is what this animal really, really is. Because let's be honest, most of us don't know what a pig is. Like we have the idea of what a pig is, you know, from videos, from maybe having seen one at like a petting zoo or something like that, maybe. But you've never really experienced a real pig, have you? Like I feel like most of us haven't. Like I know I haven't. I've met like large pigs before when I visited Vietnam, but they're just giant pigs and they were really scary, so I never approached them. Um, but like for the most part, you don't really know what a pig really, really is because you've never like lived with one, right? Most of us haven't. And so I want to have that experience. And then I want to then learn like what like the intelligence of a pig, you know? I want to learn all of that. And then I want to be able to butcher it, right? And then understand the internals of the pig, what you can eat, what you can't. Apparently, you can eat a whole lot of the pig. It's very little that you would waste on a pig. Like most of the pig, if not everything, is edible. You know, even the intestines are used and can be eaten. And so it's really fascinating, right? And so like I want to learn all of that, and I want to share it with people, right? Like I want to be the one to share it so that you can live vicariously through me. And so that's what I want to do. And so, yeah, like those are mostly the main animals that I want to raise. Can you turn the hammer on and off? What do you mean? Oh, can you wait? So it can be used as a drill and oh, I'm really behind on the comments, aren't I? So this, it has a button down here, right here, where I can hold down and it turns that on. And it says auto stop. I don't know what that means. So does that mean that when I'm like drilling like this and when it like starts to impact, it stops? I really don't know. But when I hold it again, it turns off. But I can adjust the power. So I don't know. I don't think I can turn off that hammering. But that would be interesting to learn. When you start hunting, do you want to use a bow or a rifle? Bows are more challenging, but rifles are more humane. Let's see here. I hear to hear your thoughts. So I want to learn how to hunt with a rifle first. Because I think it's probably easier. And two, yes, it's probably more humane because if you a well placed like bullet would probably take it down quickly. But I'm sure a well placed arrow would do the same. But it's probably more challenging with an arrow because like the arrow would move more, right? The arrow would like drop more. There's more arrow drop versus bullet drop, right? I would assume so. Um, and so I would like to do that first. I would like to learn how to hunt with a rifle first, and then from there, I would like to. Once I'm like more familiar with it, I would love to hunt with a bow. That would be really cool. But I would learn how to hunt with a like a what is it? I think it's compound bow, right? Like one of the more modern bows, like compound bows with like all the strings and like the loops and all that stuff, right? I think that's what it is. I want to learn how to use that first. and then go more primitive with like a traditional bow, like a long bow or like a recurve bow. I want to do that. Juice shark. I honestly don't know. Some people are unfazed by cutting off chicken heads. Yeah. See here. Please do wear PPE. Okay. Thank you very much. Heard people that raise their livestock don't name them so they don't get too attached. Oh, okay. So that is a good like um statement. So a lot of people ask me why I am naming my chickens. To be honest, naming the chickens is for you guys. Naming the chickens is so that you guys can identify them when I talk about them. Um, because I don't want to call like Nimbus, oh, that black silky, or name um, the buff Orpington. I don't want to say the buff Orpington. I prefer to say Daisy. Oh, like, hey, Daisy was sick today, or Daisy was having fun today, like that, opposed to like the buff Orpington. Like, I guess it makes sense also to just call them what their breed is. Some of them I don't even know what their breed is. So like Stella, I don't know what her breed is, but she looks really cool. She looks like a hawk. She has like feathered feet and looks really, really cool. And so I'm gonna make a video of just like showing all the chickens or something like that, and seeing if people can help identify some of the chickens, because I don't know they're all of the breeds actually. Um, I have an idea of what they might be, but yeah. But yeah, like I like to name them just so that I can easily identify them and just talk about them, opposed to calling like, hey, my pig today is running around and rolling in dirt or something, right? So like I prefer to name a pig, and say like, oh, that's Larry or something, right? Or Penny, right? And so you just name the pig so that way you have a way of identifying them. Just because you name something, don't mean you have a personal connection with them. So like I've named all my like half of my chicken. Right? I have 10 chickens, but I have only named 5 of them. Um, and all of them, like even Nimbus, right? I don't have a personal connection with Nimbus, um, because I don't really interact with my chickens very often. All I do is feed them and then give them water and like clean out their coop once in a while. But I don't play with them. I don't handle them very often. Um, but I know they're happy because they look healthy and they run around and they enjoy like playing and stuff like that. They don't seem like stressed, and so I'm happy that they're healthy. And that's all that really matters to me. I want them to be healthy. I care for them, right? Like I care for them, but I don't have like a sentimental sort of um personal connection to them. Like if I right now, like I can go out and I can kill one of the birds, and I would go through that whole phase of being scared, because I am going to be like killing an animal, but at the same time I'm learning. So like I'm appreciative of the animal, giving up its life so that way I can learn. And then I'll cook it and eat it and stuff like that and utilize as much of the animal as possible. So I'm keeping the feathers, I'm keeping most of the organs and stuff like that if I can eat them, or maybe just using it as fertilizer, um, and like eating most of the chicken. So like keeping the head and legs and everything. And so yeah, um, that's kind of how it is. Mm. But yeah, this beer is really good. What's up, William Anthony? Thank you very much again, Andrew. Let's see here. Let's go like this. Can I go like that? Let's see. Ah, so hard. Okay, you need to try Voodoo Rangers, the best craft beer. Okay, I'll remember that. Let me screenshot that. Came from TikTok. Psycho Clan. Thank you. Where do you get craft beers? I said that earlier. Dang, there's a lot of comments, huh? I'm kind of really behind. Let's try to skip through most of them. All right, Nova MC. Love the TikToks. Any tips on starting bushcraft? Great question. So if you want to start bushcraft, um, pick up a book called what is it? Bushcraft 101 by Dave Canterbury. Let me see if I have the book in here. No, I don't have the book in here. Oh, wait. So this is not the book that I'm talking about, but this is a different book. It's called Prepared for Anything Survival Manual. This book has a whole series of like survival stuff. There's a wilderness survival one, and like it's full of really good information. There's photos, pictures, text. It's really fun to read, and there's a lot of useful information in it. But if you want to get into bushcraft, consider buying the book, Bushcraft 101 by Dave Canterbury. If you go to the link in my bio, and then it'll bring you to my beacons page. At the very top, there's an affiliate sort of page or something like that, affiliate Amazon links. If you click on that, it'll bring you to like a page with like a bunch of affiliate items, like a bunch of like products and stuff like that. I think I have the book in there somewhere. If not, I'll add it. But Bushcraft 101, probably the best way to kind of really get into bushcraft and kind of learn and understand the idea of bushcraft. So like if you want a quick overview, like bushcraft in general is the idea of surviving and thriving in the natural world with minimal like tools and objects, right? Or tools and supplies. So like you would like bushcraft is the idea of being able to go into the woods with like a knife, right? It's just singular knife, and then being able to use that knife to create a fire by collecting firewood and stuff with that knife, and then creating a bow drill set, right, to create a fire, right? Or just using very minimal tools, being able to use your natural world to make like survival more convenient, right? Being able to create like hooks or something, like pot hooks or something with a piece of wood, right? And or creating shelters and stuff like that with just a knife. Um, and so you have less impact in your natural world around you, right? So that's kind of what bushcraft is. There's more to it, but for the most part, to me, bushcraft is essentially just going out into the wilderness and essentially camping, right? But with minimal like items. Let's see here. Where did my beer go? Oh, here it is. Let's see here. Marty's Ramblings. Hey, Tom. Just got on and seen your live. Marty here from West Central Minnesota. West Central. Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice to meet you, Marty. I've seen your comments on my YouTube channel. I appreciate them. I really do. Thank you. Not eat them either. Oh, so like I'm going through the comments and I'm seeing you guys respond to like my, what is it, the egg fetuses that I was talking about earlier. I think it's great. You process and eat on your channel, and you do it the right way. Not sure why people complaining. Yeah. I think management is good thing because things take over, like things overtake, do a lot of damage. Also, let's see here, squishy toast. Can you post 2 videos on non-violent, violent, and the other violent so people can learn? So are you talking about like processing animals? Not really sure. Okay, let's see here. Don't need to feel bad to eat. Yeah, it's survival. Kill to survive. Let's see here. I'm Hector. Love your content. Thank you. Stonks. How do you do that? See here. Where's Raven? Raven is inside right now. She's in the house. I already fed her. Braxman B. Love your fishing videos. How have you been, Solar? I have been doing great. Things could be better on TikTok, but for the most part, I am transitioning over to YouTube, so I am doing good, and people seem to appreciate this. Thoughts on wild game management? Don't know a whole lot about it. Wild game management, I trust the DMV, or not DMV, but DNR. So I trust the DNR to know more than I do. I trust the DNR to know more than most of us do, right? And I trust that they set regulations and laws based off of the findings that they kind of discover, right? And the things that they learn, and the habitat of animals and the ecosystem and stuff like that. I trust that, right? And I trust that hunting, as a sport, is necessary, but in the sense that like people are hunting for their food essentially, right? It's like hunting for sport, like trophy hunting. I feel conflicted because I don't really know a whole lot about it, so I can't really speak on it. I can't really speak on a whole lot of about hunting either, but for the most part, from my general understanding, I feel like hunting is necessary because it does manage like population of animals and stuff like that, right? There's reasons why there's limits for certain things, and there's also reasons why there's limits, depending on what state you're in, right? So like fishing, right? There's different limits on certain fish versus fish that are exactly the same from a different state, right? So like in Minnesota, I can't use bluegill as a as bait. So like I can't catch a bluegill and then hook it up to catch a bigger fish. That's illegal in Minnesota, right? And I feel like the DNR has a very specific reason that they're not really transparent about, but they know, but so like I trust that there's a particular reason why that we are not allowed to do that, right? Sometimes it could just be culture, sometimes it could be certain things, that doesn't make sense. But for the most part, I feel like generally most of the laws and regulations upon like hunting regulations make sense to a certain extent, that we just don't comprehend because we just don't know because we're ignorant. But then there's states like Texas, right, or other states that allow you to catch bluegill and then hook them up to catch bigger fish, right? And there are reasons why that's allowed, and there's reasons why it's not allowed in Minnesota, right? And so like each individual state is different for a particular reason. It could be just because of like legislation or just the way, like the culture of that particular state, or because of the geography or like ecosystem of that particular state, right? Everything changes. And so like I believe that like wildlife management is in good hands for the most part, right? Just generally speaking. So that's kind of like my opinion on it. Jaden Gordon. Hey, bro. TikTok for a minute. Showed my dad, stepdad. Let's see, dope as hell. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. Let's see here. Love your fish. Okay. See, so Sean Gurung, or love from Nepal, brother. Love your content. Thank you very much, Sean. See here. Have you seen the show Meat Eater? I've not seen the show Meat Eater. Let's see here. I love your. Okay, let's see here. Clayton, what do you recommend for someone trying to get into bushcraft but not living near things like woods? Oh, so you don't need to have anything near. So you don't need to live near woods. You can literally live in the middle of the city, or even in like New York in the apartments or something like that, and still learn bushcraft, right? So like you can probably like go to a park, right? And find some like broken branches or something like that, or find certain things that you can just take, right? and and bring along like a fold out saw or something, right? And saw off a piece, and then from there have like a small like like Swiss Army knife or something, right? And just whittle away at the piece of wood and like just carve something out, right? And kind of go from there. Maybe you can find like state forests. State forests allow you to like they're a little bit more lenient with like breaking branches and wood and stuff like that and creating things from it. And so like you wouldn't want to go to a public park and do all this. You probably should go to like more of like a state forest. And that would probably be the best place to go. National forests are better because they're even more lenient. Or just places that you can go camping even, and start with like a small knife, like a Mora knife, right? Mora knives, like the what is it? The companion Mora knife, I think, is like $20 or less. It's like $15 maybe. And you can buy it on Amazon. You probably can find it in the links in my bio and stuff like that, or in my YouTube videos. Yeah, in most of my YouTube videos, if you click on like the description, you'll see like a whole list of like bushcraft stuff. And you click on that, you'll go to like the product page and you can buy them. But yeah, like just here, let me see. I think I have a knife in here somewhere. Let's see. I don't. Thought I did. But yeah, but essentially, like, you can start off with a knife, a small knife, and just start carving stuff, Or maybe you can even buy, like, what is it? Oh, no, actually, start identifying plants, right? Plants that's in your area. See if you have stinging nettle or other plants like milkweed, right? If you have those plants, you can actually turn those plants into string. So like for example, like this. This is stinging nettle that I collected like 2 years ago. And so you can take this and you can twist it into rope and string. And so that's kind of like, that could be your first step into learning bushcraft. Bushcraft is being able to use the things in your natural world to create other items. So like if you can find stinging nettle or find dogbane or milkweed, you can process them into string and twist them. So learn how to twist and turn things into string. And from there, you can create that string and then lash things down and do other stuff, right? Or just find random things, like even rocks even, and seeing what you can do with the rock. Or being more curious about the natural items around you, right? I would suggest kind of doing that first. or just watching a bunch of like bushcraft videos and seeing what you can go and do and learn. Let's see here. So it's been an hour. I think I'm going to have to head out in a little bit here. I'm going to try to catch up on the stuff here. Let's see here. Happy Nimbus is alive. Let's see here, man. Gotta try Alchemist. Heady Topper IPA based in Vermont. That's really cool. Albert, next time you go bass fishing, look up Texas Rig with a 5-inch stick bait Senko. Works every time. Okay, screenshotting. Enjoy your videos, Tom, and you make everything look fun and enjoyable. This old man is going to bed. Have a great night, Tom. Thank you very much, Marty. Seeing you chatting. Oh, there you go. I've caught up. All right. Your thoughts on Leatherman multi-tools? So, here, let me see. So this is my Leatherman Surge. I have 2 of them now because I love them so much. So Leatherman Surge, right? This is really cool. I absolutely love it. It's been very, very useful. I use it all the time. I carry it everywhere with me. Yeah, so like the knife is really nice. It has a locking mechanism. The scissors are really nice. You know, everything about this is just so expertly crafted. It's really nice. I absolutely love Leatherman tools. Thoughts on keeping fish like fish tanks? My parents, my dad used to have fish and fish tanks and stuff like that. I didn't really care for them. I didn't see a ton of value in them personally. Like, I think they probably would be nice, you know, for aesthetic reasons and stuff like that, or maybe like just mentally, like having them around is really nice. But for me, I don't see a lot of value in them. S7, hey brother, I tried your beef jerk in the fridge with fan trick and it turned out amazing. This may, let's see here, this be my go-to jerky making now. Thanks for sharing. Thank you very much. I appreciate, and I really appreciate hearing people trying out the techniques that I'm sharing. So it's really cool. Any plans of extension of your shed? So I am in the process of extending my shed. I don't have a whole ton of money right now to build up the walls yet. Right now, I'm going to build a platform that's 8x8 right next to my shed. So my shed right now is 8x8 feet. And then it's about 10.5 feet high. And right now I have wood and everything set up so that I can build a platform, you know, like a deck kind of, right next to my shed. It's 8x8 feet also. And the plywood that I'm using is much thicker than the plywood that I'm using already in the shed now. The plywood that I use for this shed now is really, really thin. It's like maybe a quarter, or like it's 3/8 inch or something like that, maybe, or maybe a quarter inch, maybe. And then it's a quarter inch, yeah, a quarter inch sheathing that has been doubled up. So like there's quarter inch sheathing, or maybe 3/8 or something like that, and then another sheathing right on top. So it's very, very thin. So this shed isn't very insulated at all, but it does contain the heat very well. But the extension, I'm going to build the platform first. And if I have enough money, I'm going to build walls up and I'm going to attach it to this wall over here. This right here that you see is like a cat, like I set up a bunch of like, what is it? This is removable. This shelving right here is removable. So that right there, I'm going to remove, and I'm going to cut open the wall and turn that into a door. And on the other side, on the outside of this shed, I'm going to have a sliding door that goes back and forth, I think, maybe. And then, yeah, so it's going to be really cool. And hopefully, I can keep the other side of the shed more clean, more sort of like a bedroom style, with shelving and stuff like that, and just looks nice. So that way, maybe I can even put a cot or maybe a small bed in it and just sleep there, and hang out. Over here, right here, is where my my wood stove is. So like the wood stove will like burn and stuff, and I'll have heat coming out, and it'll heat up the entire shed. And this area can remain sort of more dirty. I don't want to keep it dirty, but like it can be dirtier because right now, I mean, there's dust and everything around. But I want to eventually organize this a little bit more, like more better, effectively. Like I want to organize this better. But for the most part, like I don't mind this area of the shed um, be the way it is right now. Let's see here. Where do you order your fresh oysters and soft-shell crabs? Do you have a good hot sauce that you can recommend making? So the oysters that I bought and the blue soft-shell crabs that I got were from Fulton. What was it? Fulton Seafood Market or something like that. Let me see. Oh, it's FultonFishMarket.com. There you go. FultonFishMarket.com. So that's where I got my oysters and my soft-shell crabs. But normally I go to my local store, Restaurant Depot, to get my soft-shell crabs. But yeah, let's see here. Add Tom on Patreon. The link is in his bio. Let's get him his own plot of land. Thank you very much, Momo. Let's see here. Hey, man, have you ever looked into fly fishing? I have looked into fly fishing. I don't know a lot about it, but I'll eventually learn. Yeah. Love your videos. Keep me very entertained, and they're very informative. Keep it up. Thank you very much. So, it's raining right now, like hardcore outside. I'm going to head on inside now. I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. And I appreciate everyone's like super chats. I think that's what they're called. Like you guys are sending me money through like the chats and stuff. And I really appreciate that because I've like a lot of people don't realize how much freaking work that I put into my videos. And some people do. And I really appreciate it because like I've been making content for like the past 4 or 5 years now. Like I started YouTube like 4.5, maybe 5 years now, and like I was making videos because I liked to, and I didn't make money for like a good 3, 4 years or so, and I only started making money like a year ago, on TikTok, and then started making money this year on YouTube. Like it's been a long journey. Like it's taken a long time to really get to where I am. And people don't realize the amount of like pain and suffering that I've had to go through and the amount of sacrifices that I've had to like put up with to get to where I am right now. Like 3.1 million like supporters on TikTok is an incredible amount. And on YouTube right now, like it's almost at like 50,000. It's like before I was on TikTok, right? Before TikTok it was even a thing to me, right? I was just celebrating 400 subscribers on YouTube. Like that was what is it? That was just 2 years ago. Yeah, that was just 2 years ago around this time. 2 years ago around this time, I only had about 400 subscribers on YouTube. 400. And I appreciated all of that. I thought 400 was a lot, right? And my goal was 10,000. But like the moment I started like TikTok, my follower count on YouTube grew, and all of a sudden it hit 1,000, and I was like, "Holy crap, that's crazy!" Right? Because like I was just celebrating 400 subscribers, and then I barely even got the chance to. Right? I was about to make a video saying I was going to celebrate 400 subscribers, but then I ended up having to celebrate 1,000 instead because of TikTok. And now I'm close to celebrating 50,000, which is amazing. Um, so yeah, like I really appreciate it because all of this that I'm doing right now is changing my life. I'm going to be quitting my job in less than 3 months, and I'm going to be doing this as a full-time job. And so it's incredible, right? And so yeah, it's really cool. And so I never really thought that I'd get to this point so soon, actually. And so it's a long-term game. And so yeah, I appreciate everyone. I'll see you guys next time. I'll go live streaming, and I'll live stream on YouTube more often. It seems a lot better on YouTube, and it seems like I get about the same amount of people that join and stuff like that too. And so it's fun, and it's nice to get this sort of conversation and being able to interact with my supporters. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.